Good evening, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Let's talk about some stuff. So, I had posted earlier that there was a X, formerly known as Twitter. I don't know what you would call it, conversation with random people. I don't know how it started, but where while Alex Jones was talking, Vivek Ramaswamy was urinating and forgot to make sure his phone was muted. It was all audio. And it went viral really quickly. Otherwise, this conversation would probably not have been brought to my attention. So I asked earlier, which is a more egregious sound? The voice of Alex Jones or the sound of Vivek Ramaswamy's urine splashing into the toilet after being released from his body? Still haven't made up my mind on that one yet, but I decided it would only be fair for me to listen to the entire conversation. I'll just call it a conversation they were having. Oh, I wish I didn't do that. It was painful. But, as some of you may know, I used to belong to a 12-step program where people would say, I did so and so, so you don't have to. And I always thought that was silly. However, now I get it. I'm going to talk about it, but I listened to it, so you don't have to, because I love my viewers, all 35 of them, and I don't want you to have to endure that hour and 20 minutes of, I don't even know how to describe it, but, which is weird I just said that, because I'm going to spend the next little bit describing it. But I don't have one clusterfuck, but I feel like that's a lazy name. So I said, I'm not really prepared here, just going off the cuff. But then I realized I'm angry at Elon Musk. Personally, Elon, this is for you. So, because of Elon Musk, I had to be reminded of the existence of Alex Jones, who, as you know, is a conspiracy theorist who got sued for, like, I don't know, more money than I can think of, or I'll probably ever have, for claiming that the Sandy Hook tragedy, where innocent children were killed, was fake. And various parents, they had to move because Alex Jones's fan base came after them. There were threats of violence, and one parent ultimately took their own life. It's very, very sad. But Alex Jones is a repulsively disgusting human being. I was about to say I don't think anyone would argue with that, but unfortunately there's a lot of people who would argue with that. But he is. And I was glad to not have thought of him. But Elon Musk just reinstated him to X, aka formerly known as Twitter. Actually, no, aka is also known as. It's not also known as formerly known as Twitter. X, formerly known as Twitter. Ignore the aka. So everyone's talking about Alex Jones. And unfortunately, I had to do my research. And I do it for you. So I'm going to post the conversation in the comments. Please don't listen to it. Please don't click it. But I believe you should be given the option. But please don't. But it'll be in the comments. So, there were various individuals who came in and out speaking but the main two were Alex Jones and Elon Musk. And this is where I think this was actually a pretty smart move by Elon. I think he took a page out of the Pierce Morgan book of how to not look crazy when you are. Because just last week, he made a comment that a lot of people are being interpreted as anti-Semitic about what's going on right now in Gaza. Not here to talk about that, but a lot of people interpret it as such. So he probably thought, because the man's a genius. I mean, self-made, grew up in poverty, although his father did own an actual emerald mine that illegally traded emeralds to Zimbabwe. But we're just going to ignore that. So, I mean, the guy's smart. We got to be honest here. He created PayPal. Well, he actually created another banking app, merged it with a company, became CEO of PayPal. Then while he was going on his honeymoon, was ousted as CEO from his position and actually wanted to call it X.com, which was the name of his original banking type company. And so once he was outed, the company became profitable again because they were hemorrhaging money. So they would eventually sell PayPal to eBay for $1.5 billion. But no, he created PayPal. So, I mean, the man's a genius. You know, he created Tesla, as you all know. Although he bought his shares of the company in 2004, although the company was incorporated in 2003. How that works, I'm still trying to figure out. But irrelevant. He created Tesla. And he also created SpaceX. I mean, he actually did create SpaceX and let a rocket go up into the air, and I say air, not space, for a certain reason. And he actually tweeted, because he didn't own Twitter, X at that point, that the rocket had a 1/3 chance of survival. And the safety boards told him he didn't have permission to send it up, but he did anyway, and it exploded, and that was the largest fine in the space industry. Doesn't matter. He created SpaceX. And, he said by 2024, Mars will be an easy travel destination and colonized. And, he's got, 18 days? So, very possible. Very possible. So, the guy was one of the first software engineers, and made a game when he was 10 and sold it for $500 when he was 12. He actually did do that, and I have nothing to go. But, okay, I digress. Elon Musk is not a stupid person. He's a crazy person, but he's not dumb. So I believe he thought, let me have this conversation with people who exceed me in the cuckoo department. Because have you ever heard the phrase, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king? Apply that logic. So it started off, as I said, with Alex Jones, Elon Musk, and Andrew Tate. And they were talking about how, I was confused, how there's a globalist cabal who want to kill everybody, but at the same time want one unified world government where they rule. I mean, I don't know how you can kill everybody and then have a government to rule over people. And, Andrew Tate just let him spew how he was pro-human and the other side was not. And how he doesn't care if he's thrown into a cell with cockroaches for doing absolutely nothing, although he's incredibly guilty of the crimes he's been accused of in Romania. And I feel confident saying that, although there's no conviction, because he spelled out pretty much word for word what he did. And if you put it by the Romanian statute for sex trafficking, it was like he had the statute in front of him and was like, yeah, I did that, did that, did that, did that, did that. Dude, give your lawyer something to work with. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. You do something like that, don't do something like that first. Seek therapy. But if you are, just think, eventually you're going to get caught and arrested. Give your lawyer something to work with. So just let Andrew Tate say his crazy Andrew Tate stuff. But then Andrew Tate had to go. Being he's under house arrest and no one really talks to him, I don't know exactly where he had to go, but he had to go. So then for a while, it was Alex Jones, Elon Musk, and let's bring in another awesome person who I look at this man and I think sanity, and that is Vivek Ramaswamy. So we have those three. And this is going to bite Vivek in the ass eventually, because even Trump distanced himself from Alex Jones. It was like if Vivek were to somehow get the nomination, which I do not believe he will, or for vice president, I think he's going to go away sooner than we think, and he'll be out of the election. He'll go back to being a pharmaceutical billionaire, poisoning the country. That's what he'll be doing within a year. So, but you really hurt any political chances by engaging in an actual conversation with Alex Jones, who had his Twitter account suspended because he got into an argument with a CNN reporter. That's the actual reason they gave. But if you look deeper, that was his third strike. So, and the other two strikes involved Sandy Hook parents. So they tried to spin it like, it didn't have to do with the Sandy Hook thing, but anyone who says that is not being complete. I am. And once again, they're talking about this as the globalists against the humanists. Because I guess if you somewhat care about other people outside of your country or zone or whatever, you're a globalist and want everybody to die. That's what I got out of it. So Vivek then, there was the peeing incident, which was hysterical, because they called him out on it. He's like, I feel good. They're like, you feel relieved? He's like, I feel great now. I mean, it's just a funny story. It really doesn't mean anything politically, but hell, any chance to make fun of Vivek, Alex Jones, and urine all at the same time, I'm a happy guy. So Vivek leaves, and then we have like these random people saying crazy McCrazy stuff. I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't really inclined to look up who they were because I need to I, I need to focus on self-care at times. Today was one of those days, and I really think knowing who these other people were would not be an act of self-care and self-love. That would be a me trying to hurt myself because then there's no way I can have like a little piece of knowledge and not go down a rabbit hole. That's just how my brain works. Trust me, I wish it wasn't at times. That's why I know just random stuff. It's funny because I send a coworker trivia over our interface, and she's always asking me, "Why do you know that? That's so weird." It's because I go down these rabbit holes. So, but I digress. So you have these random people coming in, and I'm like, okay, well, they can't get any crazier than these people. And enter retired General Mike Flynn. Oh my God. See, I forgot he existed too, and I was pretty happy about that. But there he is. He's back. So he's engaging in conversation, and they're just, once again, this whole just, if we don't get our way, that'll be the end of the human race. We're pro-human, everyone else is not. These were actual words. The pro-humans versus the anti-humans. Ugh. And then it clicked. That's why Elon Musk had all these people there, because when he's around them, he could pass himself off as somewhat sane. A little bit. Because they take up all the craziness in the room. There's not enough for Elon's crazy to really be focused on. And he was very quiet at the beginning, but eventually Elon had to Elon and talk crazy. So, exit General Michael Flynn. Well, okay. They can't get worse than that. Never say never. Enter Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz, who really only said a few words. They asked Matt Gaetz how he felt about Alex Jones being reinstated. And he said something very political. It was actually well worded. He's like, I support free speech. And he said that without having to actually answer the question. So, not a Matt Gaetz fan whatsoever, but he was able to slither his way around actually saying, yes, I'm happy Alex Jones is back. Some things you just don't want to say. And then I noticed they kept saying, whoever, and this is during the course of it, Elon Musk had, and then they would ask him a question, but they wouldn't get a response. And then someone would jump in and say, oh, he's taking a phone call. No, he wasn't. It was buffering at his place. And I find that awesome that it's his company. He's like the Silicon Valley tech guy. And he couldn't get a good internet connection. That made my day. Just like the earlier urine story made my day. But then Elon had to Elon. And he started going off about this, I don't know, a company called Media Matters and how they're absolutely awful. And they're a hate group. I have no idea. My pause. My wallpaper just came up on my computer. Like it went into sleep mode while recording. That's never happened before. I digress. So then he went in on this Media Matters company, which I don't know who they are. I haven't looked them up yet. And he told everyone, don't look them up. They're a terrorist group. Well, I'm going to look them up. I mean, sorry. And I have a feeling I may get along with them at least better than the crowd in that conversation. Once again, I have no idea what that organization is. But, gonna find out. And he got emotional in saying he's willing to go to jail to enforce the laws of the United States, which, okay, Elon, come on. You know, you're with people who are, you know, they're trying to make you look good just by being themselves. And just all you need to do is like one-word answers, shush, but by the end of it, I believe he had failed in his endeavor of not looking, reword that, by looking good because everyone else looked really bad. You know? And it was like right at the end he started acting like he usually does. And it was almost like the whole thing failed. But no one really would have known about this if it wasn't for Vivek Ramaswamy urinating. Oh, I had part of my, making fun of Elon thing earlier. Guy created Tesla. Oh no, 2003, 2004. I did say that. Long day. Deal with me. So, overall, it was an hour and 20 minutes of my life, which I'll never get back. And I did it for you. Your savior here. I watched that and endured that for you. So, you're welcome. It will be linked down below, only because I believe you should have the choice whether or not to watch it. But don't. I did, so you don't have to. Okay, just other random things going on in my life, a lot. However, I can't talk about them, but I'll be ready to talk about them very, very soon. I have to have some uncomfortable conversations with some people. I have to do a lot of things. I'll be in an uncomfortable situation or predicament, but I have to, just a lot of stuff. But I'll be able to talk about it very soon, like this week. So, this was the Monday into Tuesday edition. Like, comment, and subscribe. I haven't figured out how to put the comment, subscribe, modicums, total wrong word, banners and point at them. So pretend I'm pointing at something that says like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow. And if no one's told you they love you today, I do. End of story. Bye.